want to go and do a little two-stepping right now.
Our producer just put on some happy music for Angel. Good stuff. So, what's on your mind?
What do you mean, what's on my mind? Why do you ask? What's on your mind?
Well, so you are out there doing all your shaking hands and kissing babies and bringing in a whole bunch of new people who are exposing themselves to experienced pros. It is the follow-up that is keeping me very, very busy.
You know, they say the fortune's in the follow-up.
Yes.
And I agree with that. I have always agreed with that. However, I met somebody the other day who he's a public speaker.
Yep.
He is doing stage presentations pretty regularly. He's traveling the world or traveling the country. And I don't know his travel schedule, so I can't really attest to how often he's speaking and all of that. But he says, Angel, he's like, he does a presentation.
Yeah.
If you like him, you sign up. If you don't, you don't. But he doesn't collect business cards. He doesn't, if you didn't buy from him today, that's fine. He doesn't do any follow-up. He's not chasing people down.
Don't waste my time.
That is it.
There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the backside.
Right. And my jaw is just dropping. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Everything is in the follow-up. Everything is about building relationships and connecting. So we're out to dinner and it's this gentleman, another gentleman who is big into follow-up, and me. So there's like the three of us.
Okay.
You got the two follow-uppers.
Yeah.
And the one guy who doesn't.
Right.
Now, the one guy who doesn't is.
Do you guys take turns saying F you?
No. We did
follow up?
Not once.
No.
Not once.
Okay.
So non-follow-upper guy, he's a kid. Let me just set, he's like 23 years old.
Okay.
So he's like, I don't even, he's new. He's young.
Does he know that he's new and young?
He does not.
Okay.
No, because he's quite established, right? He has a brand. He has quite the following. He's got quite the, and now after all of this, he's like, well, I don't teach people not to follow up. I teach people to follow up. I just don't.
Oh.
Now it could be an element of you're working, how many days do you have in the office?
Right.
Just like you say, don't go through your email and go through like that. It takes a lot of time to go through. There
comes a point when the follow-up is irrelevant.
And so, learn it and then delegate it. If it's too much for you to do and you're too busy, then you can delegate and you can hand it out. Because for most of us in the real world, we need customers.
Sure.
We need customers to do business with us, and they're not going to do business with us the instant they hear our commercial, the instant they see our Facebook page, the instant they come by your expo booth. I mean, it's not usually click, click, click. For most of us, people need to hear about us. They're kind of shopping around. They might be a little bit busy at the time they meet us, and it's not the first thing on their to-do list.
This kid reminds me of the old pitchmen for at the festivals or the fairs, right? Where they were doing the Ginsu knives or whatever the thing that was that they were pitching. And then their mission was don't leave the crowd without letting them buy. I mean, like they have to buy. So you have to engage them like right now. Come on, you're silly if you don't. How crazy would it be? As you're cutting from New York to Paris or whatever. I think,
that's because they didn't want to follow up. That's why they're saying buy, get them to buy from the room. So you don't have to chase them down. But for most of us, there's a lot of staying in front of people. There's a lot of nurturing of potential clients. There's a lot of nurturing of past clients that has to happen. And so you have to have a system of follow-up built into your program. Or you're going to go to a networking event. You're going to go to a trade show.
Right.
You're going to meet people out in the community. And if they don't do business with you right on the spot, you're going to leave a lot of money on the table if you don't have a system for connecting with them later.
Absolutely.
And so, you've got to have, number one, you've got to have a CRM, some type of customer relationship management software. The one we use is All Pro Web Tools. Why do we use All Pro? Because Infusionsoft was too hard for me to learn. That's like the bottom line, right? Was going to have to hire somebody to run it.
Yeah.
And it was, we're small business. We had less than 1,000 clients in our database.
And nobody got time or money for that.
And so there was our issue. It was the learning curve was too high, and the maintenance of it was more. And here's why: business owners, you've got to be out there hustling. Your job is to make sales. Your job is to bring customers into your database. Yes, it would be really fun to spend 3 weeks, creating this whole system, but I needed customers today. You need customers today. So we invested in All Pro Web Tools. Why? Because it's a monthly, what's the guy it's a monthly Jackson. Is that it? Who's the guy on the 20?
It is Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
But it's a 50.
Well, it was a 20.
It was a 20 when we started.
But we just added more services. You don't have to add all those services.
Do not.
We now do 50 a month.
Yeah.
Well, because we added more services.
That's true.
But you don't have to.
Even still,
Bottom
it fits
line,
the budget in such an easy way.
It fits the budget.
Yeah.
And there's more services we could have. It fits the budget. And so make sure that you have a system. What does this mean? It's a way for you to have all of your contacts in one list.
Right.
In one list that your virtual assistant and your sales team, your CFO, everybody has access to. So we can all see what conversations are happening with every person.
It reminds you of the important dates. You can schedule important dates and times to ping you so that while you're doing your day-to-day business, you appear to be up and in on the know, if you will, on them. There's so many different things that a CRM does well. And then once you've got that CRM, you got to make sure that you use it to communicate. It's for building relationships. And that's really what the whole thing is. The whole follow-up is nothing more than relationship development and stabilization. So we encourage you to do exactly that. If you want more information about All Pro Web Tools, allprowebtools.com. That's allprowebtools.com. And connect with them, because really, if you don't have a system, you are scheduled to fail. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for tuning into this, the home of positive business talk. This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show.